Hey, what's going on, guys? Big D here, and with the conclusion of CWL, you'll get to see how we fared in the last few wars. Starting off with war number 5, we're going to get into it. Miss V from Knights of Zion attacking, I don't know, because I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, but we're going to go ahead and get into it. She's coming in with a Queen Charge hybrid. We saw a lot of hybrid from our side this CWL, and it worked fairly well, and you will see why. So she's getting some funneling done down here at the bottom around the 9 o'clock area, and up at the 12 o'clock, 2 baby dragons sent in to get the funnel set. Some Coco Loons coming in for the Queen Charge so she doesn't lose her healers early. There we go, is a super wall break to get her in there. Now, I was actually surprised that she did not go for this gold storage up here by the enemy king. Sends in an ice golem in the tank for the enemy queen and a rage to kind of get everything flowing through. Now, that ice golem is going to freeze the enemy king so the queen can get through it. It's actually also going to reach the eagle artillery and the scatter shot. The king got broken to the base as well up there at 12 o'clock, and he's setting a nice funnel for her hybrid portion. Another raids come down on the queen, so she does stay up, getting through the scatter shot as she tanks some eagle shots. Here comes the hybrid coming in toward the royal champion. Hogs and miners down, and the Grand Warden and RT not far behind. Of course, I would have waited a little bit on these hogs since they are going to run ahead of the miners. The miners had to clear the trash up there first. Sent in a blimp behind the hybrid to make sure she does get the town hall. Crashing the blimp onto the town hall. I'm assuming a Yeti bomb in there. Yeah, a Yeti bomb in there to take out the town hall. Rage, freeze, a poison as well. Got a little lucky on the clan castle that it was an ice golem and a hound, so the queen didn't have to take that out early. Hybrid pushing through to the back end of the base here. Doing a pretty good job, kind of dying off a bit, but still having a bit of juice to push through. Tornado Trap getting targeted in the core there. And the Hound is still kind of running around. The Royal Champion is going to get stuck on it, but luckily a little bit of cleanup happening up here. This miner split off, and he's going to clean up the rest of the base up there. Archer coming down over at the 3 o'clock to kind of help him clear. The Hound does pop in the core over the CC. RC is going to go down to that, but at this point the raid is almost over, and the Queen Charge is still up with just a few healers to keep her alive. She should be able to take care of these pups, no problem. And the miners, they are going to get damaged by the pups, but they can't be distracted by the pups. So lucky for her, they are going to clean up the rest of this base, while the Queen tries to take on these pups. That's going to be a triple for Miss V in Knights of Zion. Stay tuned as I set up the next attack. All right, guys, my main man Benjo coming in with not a Zap Lalo, but a straight up old school Sui Lalo. So now I did see some Zap value on the base, but I assume they didn't want to Zap because he wanted to take this into account. The fact that the path would have messed up if he zapped all of this stuff out. And I would agree that if he would have zapped too much of this stuff out, this air defense would have stayed up, and his path would have been a little bit wonky, taking out what he did with his Sui. So let's go ahead and let it play through. He's going to start his Sui down here at the 6 o'clock. There is a Coco Loon coming out for a baby dragon. Takes a Sam. Now he sends in an extra Coco Loon just to make sure that the baby dragon doesn't get taken out when it does fly over and take out this elixir storage here. So nice Coco Loons, good baby dragon funnel. Now he drops his king in a fashion that leads him up and then back down into this corridor where he is going to break in to take the town hall with his Sui. Ice Golem tanking for the queen currently. King is going to go through and take out the Grand Warden altar. Super wall breaker comes down, but the king decides to walk up, but he is going to tank some X-bows in the process. Queen steps up for the enemy town hall here. Now, the Ice Golem is tanking some X-bows. He is going to freeze the Town Hall with the Ice Golem, pop the Queen's ability to finish it up, and get a little bit of that health back, taking out an Archer Tower as well. So, a decent L-shaped path here. Did take out the Town Hall, so he doesn't have to worry about that with the Grand Warden ability. And here is the path. He's going to go ahead and do an L-shape, starting from over here, pathing into this, all of this junk right here, and sending the Stone Slammer in toward the Queen. That was his plan for the Queen, was to send the Stone Slammer in and allow the dragon to take care of her, freezing over her, go ahead and poison over that. And I'm guessing this was supposed to take out the clan castle as well if something were to pop out, but nothing did. King took out the enemy queen, and he sent in the rest of his Lalo up at the north side into the scatter shots and the Eagle. Eagle goes down, first scatter goes down, Warden ability still up. Balloons made it into the scatter shot through the Warden ability. A lot of balloons left up for the backside of the base, and he still has his Royal Champion. If you did not notice, he went ahead and dropped that over at the 9 o'clock side. Freeze the single, freeze the enemy Royal Champion, drops 2 skeleton spells to distract and help take out the enemy Royal Champion. Royal Champion is going to fall, and the skeleton's still distracting the single target Inferno. Haste coming down over this big pack of balloons, and he's going to pop the Royal Champion's ability, take out a few Expos, and the last defenses on the base are going to go down to the Royal Champion and what's left of these balloons. A Hound and 2 balloons coming out of the Clan Castle, no big deal. As long as that Royal Champion doesn't pop that Hound before the base gets cleaned up, it's not going to be a problem. Minions and pups over here taking out the enemy King. Balloons pathing over to the Clan Castle to take it out. And there we go, the Royal Champion goes down. The Hound does pop, but the base is already crushed, and these balloons are going to make it over to the last few storages and Collector, even though the Grand Warden is going to get roasted by these pups. GG to Benjo. Great job on the Sui Lalo. Love to see it. I love to see all Lalo, but Zap Lalo's in the meta right now. I'm glad to see a little bit of straight up, old school Sui Lalo in the mix. Let me bring in the next attack. It's also going to be here in War 5. Cello Pup coming in with another hybrid attack. This one's going to be a hybrid, but with a barracks. He's very fond of the hogs in the barracks. I understand why. It can be very strong for certain bases. I typically take a Yeti Bomb just for versatility, but in certain cases, just like this one, I would have taken a barracks as well. So he's going to go ahead and start his Queen Charge right over here. He went ahead and broke in first into this Inferno compartment. He wants to try to take out this multi-target Inferno for his Queen, with his Queen. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow his hybrid to come straight into the Town Hall, which is why he can bring the barracks with the hogs, because he's going to ensure that he takes the Town Hall down by sending his hybrid straight into it. So funneling for the Queen Charge, he does make it in there to the Inferno, has to rage her up along with her healers to get through the enemy Queen first. Inferno is going to go down, and she is going to push on through. Now, he really needs this Clan Castle pull to happen to make sure the Clan Castle does go down before he heads on in with his hybrid, just to make sure that something in there can't destroy his hybrid troops. So letting his Queen walk on through and charge, she's actually getting some really good value. So he so far has gotten a multi-target Inferno, I believe a scatter shot, and a Wizard Tower so far. He went ahead and poisoned over the Hound. It's always good to hold on to your poison just a little bit longer until that Hound's about to pop, just like he did, because you want to drop that poison in a fashion that is affecting all of the pups, or as many as possible. King and barracks coming down about 1 o'clock to funnel on that right side, and then hogs coming in, or hybrid coming in toward the Town Hall here. Everything pushing directly in. The miners are going to go ahead and activate the Town Hall, not getting affected by that tornado trap. Going to pop the Grand Warden's ability here. Perfect Grand Warden ability pushing into the scatter shot. And the hogs are going to come out of the barracks now behind these wizards and help force everything back together here. They're going to push into the enemy Infernos, and the rest of the hybrid's actually going to cut through the core here. Queen is still up, still has her ability, and she's going to make her way into the enemy Eagle here. Now, once his Eagle goes down, it's pretty much GG. There's not much left of the base. Does have a freeze left. He's actually going to freeze the Eagle here. I might have saved this. I might have popped my Queen's ability early and saved this for the multi-target Inferno, but Hog's going to push on through. The Eagles do get one shot off on these Hogs, but they can't keep the target because it does go down. The RC ability gets popped, and everything's already converged down to this south corner. So no cleanup needed. All the cleanup's going to happen as they converge on the last few buildings. Queen ability still intact, and actually has a super wall breaker to boot. Everything's going to go ahead and conjoin down here for the last few trash buildings. As the Queen breaks through the wall with her ability, she gets a few shots off on the final building, and that's going to be the triple for Sir Cellopup here in Knights of Zion. Heading into War 6, we had 2 triples in War 6. I'm only going to show one, and that's going to be Killer Manjare. The other triple was Benjo, but I've showed Benjo's attacks for CWL all week. His attacks are stellar. He did very well the CWL, as he usually does. He's one of my top attackers, and if I'm going to pick a team, he is surely my very first pick. He is a monster 13v13, and I'm glad to have him on my side. But Killer here is going to come in with an unorthodox attack, but a very good one at that. This is an attack that Benjo also likes to use, but he's a jack of all trades, I think. So let's go ahead and see what Killer's going to do. He has a Zap hybrid cooked up here. That means he is going to zap one scatter shot and a little bit extra on this base specifically, but then he has one heal and one rage. So one rage for his queen charge and one heal for his hybrid, and that's going to have to get him through the entire base. So you've got to get some really good value off those 5 zaps and earthquake spell if you think you're going to take this and triple. So let's see what he is going to do here. So as you can see, the base is very long, very elongated, and that means the scatters are very split up, one on each side of the base. So what he does here, he gets as much value as he can, enough damage on all of these buildings around with that earthquake, and he's going to zap out 2 of these expos as well as the scatter shot. So after that goes down, he's going to push his queen directly into this, since actually there's not much danger left once the scatter shot and 2 expos goes down. The queen charge can get very far into this, so he's going to super wall break in. Now there's nothing to draw the queen in since the balloon did get as far as it did, so she's actually going to walk around first, which is okay because it ends up actually working out for the better. He drops the king to try to get the queen to come in and grab all of this trash in here and the expo and air defense, and to do that would set the funnel nice and tight. Ice Golem comes down to tank for the Royal Champion. Royal Champion coming in trying to finish off these defenses in this side of the base, because he wants to make sure his hogs don't roam down here at all. He wants everything to stay tight into the town hall and pushing kind of in a diagonal fashion into these key buildings, from town hall to clan castle to eagle into the scatter shot, and then finishing on the trash down south. The queen pulling out the clan castle, taking it out, and then he's actually going to send his miners straight into the town hall. Nothing stopping them from heading straight in there. They're going to take quite a bit of damage because of the town hall. He's going to go ahead and freeze it there. Hogs coming in really late, but it's okay. The eagle shots come down, get a bit of damage onto the hybrid portion, but the Grand Warden ability saves the rest of that damage. Uses the rage instead of on the queen charge on these miners and hogs to push them through the core as fast as possible. Since he already did use his Grand Warden ability, he wanted to save the heal as long as he could into this final scatter shot. A few of those hogs die off to a giant bomb heading into that single target inferno, but that's okay because he has just enough to get this stuff done. As you can see, this late Yeti bomb he was going to use for the town hall, since he didn't need to use it. He tried to send it in, I assume, for this inferno right here in this compartment. Missed just a little bit because the inferno had already gone down anyway. So he used this for cleanup. Yetis come out and clean up all of this trash, as well as the sneaky goblins. 5 Teslas left on the base. Miners taking out the enemy king right here. Healers on them, and the Grand Warden helping with the enemy king as well. Wow, this one was close, but the Zap Hybrid usually is a pretty close attack. Killer was really good to scout it the way he did, and he knew that he was going to push through the base and just about barely get it toward the end. But the Yeti Mites are going to go over here and take out one of these Teslas, and there's only one left on the base, and it's actually getting the healer taken out, but the Grand Warden's going to go ahead and 2-shot it. Nothing left on the base but a little bit of trash. The Grand Warden going to 1-shot these builder huts, and that's going to be the triple for Killer Manjer. That was the last attack I'm going to show you, and let's see what happened in the final war of Knights of Zion in this CWL. So, as you can see, it says your clan stayed in Champs League 3. We did not promote this season back up to Champs 2. It was unfortunate, but what happened was we ended up fighting the #1 spot clan in our final war. Let's see how we did. We lost war number 7. We had a 6-war win streak, 1 through 6. We were dominating. I didn't do as well toward the end of my week. I'm not really sure I'm not sure that I have an excuse, to be honest with you. I just kind of dwindled, and things were going on that I had to cut off because it's affecting how I'm playing. So I went ahead and did that, but the final war did not go in our favor. We actually did not have a single triple in war number 7. Damascus came through and picked up a few triples of their own. They tripled our number 10 and also our number 3. That gave them a bit of an advantage. So that means they 2-starred everything else, and they had 2 extra stars. They actually had 3 stars over us because we got a little bit risky in this last war, because our thought process was there's no difference between 3rd, 4th, 5th, 2nd. It's all the same. As if we don't get number 1 and promote, then everything else is the same. So let's go ahead and risk it for the biscuit and try to take 1st place against Damascus. Turns out it wasn't in the cards. I actually ended up with a 50-some-odd% 2-star. It was kind of sad. I made one mistake. I wasn't patient enough. I did not send in one test sneaky goblin, and that cost me my entire plan. So I had to improvise, get the second star, and push forward with whatever percentage I could get, which was not much. Killer, the person you just saw triple, ended up with a 1 star, but as I said, it's because we gave him the go ahead to get a little bit risky and try for the absolute triple attempt. And it just didn't work out for us, so we ended up 3 stars short, and so we ended up, I believe, in third place. Yes. Vin City, they put up a really good showing as well. They were in the running for first place. But Damascus, overall, if we would have just taken this win, we would have jumped up to first place. But shout out to Damascus. They did an amazing job. They fought really hard and they beat our butts. But we're going to come back next season and we're going to try to take the crown and take first place and jump up to Champs 2. Thank you guys for tuning in to this CWL recap video for Knights of Zion. You are all amazing. And I'll see you in the next one.